What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Actually, this is the continuation of my previous video about Apache Camel. Remember last time I have some issue with the Apache Camel REST. Let me show you the error that we encountered last time. Last time we are not able to call this endpoint, and instead of calling this REST endpoint, we use the Spring Boot controller, which is this one, test one, right? This is using the REST controller of Spring Boot. But for this video or demo, I'm going to show you another way to expose an endpoint. So this time we are not going to use test controller. We're going to use Apache Camel REST endpoint. Alright, so again, we will be needing to call this REST method to expose an endpoint, RESTful endpoint, which is this one. Last time, first we need to add the required library or dependency. So for REST endpoint to we need basically we need the camel servlet, all right, for REST endpoint. Okay, Apache Camel starter for us to enable the Apache REST endpoint, which is this one. But then again, we also need to direct from this endpoint. We want to direct to this HTTP component. That's why we also need to add this HTTP. Where is it? This one, HTTP dependency. Okay, Camel HTTP starter. All right, so for this one we need to add these two dependency, and of course the main Camel Spring Boot starter. So we need these three dependency, right? And this one is optional, but in this demo we are using web, or yeah, basically we need this, right? So but for Camel related feature, we only need these three. This one is for REST. For REST endpoint, we need Camel servlet starter. Then for HTTP component, we need this Camel HTTP starter. And of course, for the core Camel library, we need this Camel Spring Boot starter. All right. So let's go to our configuration. For this demo, I'm going to show you how to expose an Apache REST endpoint, which is this one, test 2. Then we will redirect it or reroute it to this endpoint, direct endpoint, which is this one, my API route. Then from my API route, it will be routed to HTTP component, which is this one. Then whatever the result of this API, we will process it and get the response. Then once we get the response from this from this API, we set it, we create a param object and set whatever the result of this API. Then we basically pass it, we basically construct the parameter object. This parameter object, we will be needing it to our second API, which is this one. That's why we created this. Then after constructing the param object, we pass it to the second API, which is this one. Then Right, then that's it. Then we call the second API. Let's comment this out first, the third API. Later I will explain this. This is another topic. All right. So I just want first to test this. I just for this REST Apache endpoint, I will just show you how to integrate two REST API. This one, this is the first API, and the second API is this. So I'm going to integrate two REST API. All right. Okay, then let's run this and see the output. Alright, so last time this is the error that we get. Since last time we ran out of time, so I was not able to troubleshoot it. But for in this demo, I'll show you how to troubleshoot this error. So it's a very simple error only. So basically, we get this error, failed to create route. This, we cannot find this basically. Yeah, this one, because no endpoint could be found by API route. So this one cannot found this. So in Apache Camel, we always need to when we define the route, we always need to mention which component we want to use. So in this case, I forgot to put the direct component. So yeah, we need to tell the framework this endpoint is direct endpoint. Alright, so now we can run this. So now we're telling to the Apache framework, I want to expose this endpoint, REST endpoint, test2. This once the user trigger or hit this endpoint, it will be redirected to this direct component endpoint, which is my route, my API route, which is this one. All right, then from this it will be redirected or routed, will be routed to this HTTP component API, this API, right? Then whatever the result of this, as I mentioned earlier, we will process here. So this is the result of the first API. Whatever we get here, we set here in the param object. Then we convert it to JSON, to string, and set it to body. Right. So after setting the parameter object, this take note, this JSON is a param object. All right, this one. See, param, we convert it to string. This param object we convert to string. This is the required object in our API 2, which is this one. All right, so once after constructing this object, the required parameter, as I mentioned earlier, we pass to this API. Then this API is actually, I just define this in our how you call this, is a very simple the implementation of this API actually is very simple. Whatever we pass here, we just return it. This is, for the sake of demo, I make it that simple. Okay, so bottom line here, I integrate two API. One is this one, first API, and the second one is this, the API 2. All right, so let's run it. All right, so let's test it. So this last time, as you remember, we triggered this endpoint, this direct endpoint, using Spring Boot REST controller, which is this one, right? You see here, I have direct, my API route. So this time, for this part 2, okay, we are not going to use this. We are going to use the test2. So the test2 is Apache REST API, not which is different from this, because this one is a REST controller, right? This is part of Spring Boot. So this time we're going to use this Apache REST endpoint. Alright, so instead of test1, we will hit test2. So curl http localhost 8080 test 2. Alright, so we get error, right? Take note, if because if we're going to hit test1 Spring Boot, we can call test1, right? See, but we cannot hit test2 because this test2 is actually under Camel. It's another framework, right? So if we want to hit the test2, we need to add Camel context. All right, so instead of test2, instead of this, we need to add Camel. So this time we will get the same output as test1, right? All right, so now we're getting this, so it means this is working, test2. All right, so another the second part of my demo is I want to show you how to use premarker framework in Apache Camel. So if we want to use premarker, because sometimes we need to call, instead of sometimes after calling another API sorry, after calling REST API, sometimes we need to call another API, like let's say SOAP or whatever, MQ API, right? So sometimes there are some for example, SOAP web service, sometimes there is some XML parameter, right? So in that case, we can use a template. For example, we can define we can define the SOAP XML like this. This is just a simple example. Of course, in real world, it's not like this, right? But for demo purpose, I just make a dummy SOAP XML like this. So bottom line, we provide the template XML, then we pass the value like this, like the title and the body. But the rest of the tag is we just provide using the template, right? So in this case, we can use the premarker framework. So if we want to use premarker framework, we have to add this dependency, this camel-premarker, right? The package is org apache camel. We can use the same version, right? So after adding the required premarker library, we can use this configuration, right? So in this configuration, okay, after calling this REST API, the result, this is the result of the API, right? We set it to the body, and for the header, we hard coded it just for a simple demonstration only, right? Because in our template, we only have two how do you call this, parameter. One is the header title, and the body. So this is how we pass it from in Java. For header title, we do like this: set header, then this is the key title, then whatever value we want. Then for the body, this body, we set it like this. Okay, get in function, then set body. So whatever value you pass here, In this case, we only, for demo purpose, I just pass whatever the result of this API. I pass here, right? Then after setting these two parameters, the pre-marker framework, this one, this is the component, Apache component, which is pre-marker. This framework will basically load this template and replace these tags, header, title, and body tags, with the actual value we pass here, whatever we pass here. See, for the title, this is, we hard coded it. For the body, whatever the result of the previous API call, right? So let's test this out. So for this one, we are expecting this output, this XML, right? But of course, this will be replaced with the actual, whatever we pass in the Java, whatever value we pass. But basically, we will get this, right? Okay, let's test this out. All right. So previously we're getting, when we hit this endpoint, we're getting this JSON. So this time, instead of JSON, we will get XML. Basically this this format, right? So let's try this out. All right. So see. So title. So instead of headers, the title, this is the actual, this is the data we pass. The same thing with the body. This is the body. Instead of body, we replace it with this data. All right. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, peace.